Hello, this is Merinda Smith from RTO Mentor. Today I'm interviewing Brendon, who's just set up his RTO, and he tells you the story of how the process went. So tell me how you were when before you met me.
Okay, so we were in dire straits. We probably spent 6 months. I've got two other business partners. Probably 6 months putting all our evidence together, thinking we were in a pretty strong position, and very, very, very quickly found out otherwise. We came in critically non-compliant after our audit in all aspects, all standards, 1 to 8, which is quite a shock. So we were in disarray, to be honest. We had no answers to the problem, and that's we brought you in, obviously, to help us along and change it around. Yeah, we're in a bad spot.
Yeah, and it must have been so disappointing for you because you'd really put a lot of efforts in and time.
Yeah, look, for us as well, we've all come from professional backgrounds, as I said. So one of the business partners is actually a vet controller in the education department. The other one had worked within an RTO before, and I've come from a mining and background and safety background. So we're not like unused to this sort of process, but this particular process, this particular audit, is very, 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 very intense, to say the least, and also translating what the standards require is the difficulty here. We came into that first sort of thinking we knew what the standards were requiring of us and what the even using the guidelines was. And even today, it's still an effort to try and interpret what the actual standards want to what you think you should be producing from an audit, and especially in evidence, So there's no doubt in my mind, if we didn't get you in to help us and put us back on the right line, there's no way we're going to register. It would have been an impossibility, because we just didn't know what they were asking for us now.
So could you explain how we work together?
Yeah, awesome. So when we brought you in, Merinda, you came in for a first day consultation. And look, I can honestly say this, within the first half an hour, I was very comfortable. I knew your knowledge and your skill in what you were doing was very, 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 you could see you had a lot of depth of knowledge within the industry of what you're doing. I'll be honest with you, the point that gave me a great deal of confidence is when you sat us down and explained how you use the TAS to basically create the foundation for everything else you do. And for me, that was a turning point for me. That was instantly I knew, okay, this person knows how to structure it and the correct way to move forward into actually making this work. And then from that whole day was a game changer for us. Really, there was a lot of truths we had to face ourselves, obviously, about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And it was great. It was honest. It was open. We looked at it professionally and the way we should have. And without a doubt, that definitely was the starting point of the whole change. I mean.
So what was the process that you went through?
The process was to bring you in, and then we systematically went through the audit itself and the audit findings through standards 1 to 8. At the time, we just picked one of our units of competencies that we were working on because essentially all our qualifications and unit competencies that we wanted to put on scope had the same problems throughout anyway.
Yeah.
And then from there, we systematically with you worked out what do we need to do to achieve registration.
And lastly, just tell me where you are now.
Okay, so very exciting. We've got approved yesterday through the council. And can I just say one thing, just for the people who are obviously going to come to your website, guys, if you're going to start an RTO, don't make the same mistake we did. The best chances of getting yourself registered and getting yourself straight away is to get someone like Merinda or get Merinda on board from day one, because the money you put into that is probably the money you spend on getting Merinda on board, which in the scheme of things is not that much, will go a long, long way to making you a successful business. Otherwise, you're going to be floating in the ether somewhere, not knowing what to do. So from day one, get her on board, 100%.